So, more of a general point. This is less of dating advice and more just kind of general advice. But one thing that is super important is tone of voice. And I know this is kind of the oldest advice out there. It's like, I don't even know, but it's like 2/3 of your communication is body language. You know, tone of voice is more important than the words, and then the words are only like 6% of the actual meaning. Now, someone was telling me that it's more about the intention behind what someone is saying. And just an interesting story that happened to me is on Monday I was fiddling around with my computer. I'd spent about 45 minutes, applying for a job, and when I went to go and press send, and all the information just disappeared into cyberspace, and I was choked, right? So I was like, oh, "Fuck off!" And my roommate was sitting beside me, and because my tone of voice was the way it was, even though I was talking to my computer, it resonated personally for him. And the next day, it was interesting because when you're dealing with people that are very intelligent, very highly sensitive. I'm not, sure I'll amp my roommate up. He's awesome, totally awesome. But it was interesting to note because it took a couple days for everything to kind of equalize to normal, and I could feel tension in the air. And I think a lot of it's about the intention behind the words. And it's I was kind of thinking about this, and communication is kind of a layer cake. There's the word, but then there's also the tone and the intention behind what they're saying. And you can kind of tell their tone is kind of like a tell of what their attitude is on a particular subject. This is kind of something I'm going to be monitoring and really paying attention to. It's like whenever I step through a doorway, it's like I got my elastic band now, and I'm just going to snap it. And I'm like, okay, body language, tone of voice, posture. Those are 3 things that I'm very focused on. Every time I go through a doorway, I'm now consciously thinking about those things. Think before you speak, not speak before you think. And because what I've been doing before, I noticed like my tone of voice is kind of a little bit edgy, a little bit, a little bit dominant, kind of like a dominant, edgy alpha guy, and I like it, but it's not necessarily what I'm going for. And what I'm going for now is kind of a very open and relaxed, like very approachable kind of vibe. So, because there's 2 things that I want girls to be able to do with me, and that's laugh and be completely comfortable. And because I just, the way I see it is, I just think those are the 2 best, most potent things that you can do, right? So, in order to do that, I really have to watch my tone of voice and make sure that I can still have, because I have a very deep voice, but making sure that it's kind of softer. It's not like hard negotiating, do the deal today. So it's, very soft, very like relaxing. So I can still be me, but I'm just me with polished. I'm me polished. So just focusing on tone of voice, and I think that with the right tone of voice, because I know when a girl has the voice, oh, unbelievably sexy. So if I can, role reverse that, and I can have a tone of voice with qualities that relax her and make her laugh, but still kind of convey like, yeah, I got the manliness, I think that would be a very potent thing. So the layer cake is listening to her words and telling what her attitude is through her tone of voice, and watching body language, which I'm not there yet, but I'll put it in anyways because I know it's there, and trying to decode as much information as I can from those three things.